Et salut PM, salut Atome, j'espère que vous allez bien. Et salut Surnatural, j'espère que tu vas bien aussi. Ouais, ça va bien, je te remercie. Allez, c'est bon, je suis prêt. Bon, j'espère qu'il y a du son. Ah, ouais, il y a du son, c'est bon. Ouais, salut Océane, comment ça va? Comment ça va pas comme ça? Le brouillon? Comment ça? Alors ce jeu, je l'avais vu vite fait en passant chez les Nerders il y a un bon bout de temps maintenant. Et puis bah il avait l'air pas trop mal. Pourquoi c'est les mêmes qui ont fait? Salut Knut, comment tu vas? Ah, c'est leur premier jeu. Bah écoute, c'est intéressant. On va tout de suite voir ce que ça vaut. En tout cas, ça va l'air pas mal. Donc, Tu l'as fait, ouais, The Council? Bon, je fais encore des tests, il se pourrait que le stream explose dans pas long. Samsung reprend les mécaniques en plus abouties et avec bien plus d'embranchements. Il a fait à l'époque, il livrait le jeu sans faire repayer en épisode. Ouais. Ouais, là c'est marqué The Full Season. Ils ont eu du mal à terminer pour des questions de budget. La question de thunes, ouais, c'est compliqué pour un studio. Surtout un petit studio. Mais bon, c'est très cool s'ils ont fini leur jeu. Enfin, c'est très cool qu'ils aient fini leur jeu. On tient un second, ouais, Vampire Swansong. L'exclu épique, tu veux dire? Bah, à mon avis, c'est l'exclu épique qui leur a permis de sortir le jeu. Hein. Donc, je pense pas que ça leur a fait du mal. Ouais, ouais, je comprends. Ouais. Mais s'il y a eu exclusivité Epic, ça veut dire que c'est Epic qui a financé le jeu, plus ou moins. Donc, sans ça, il n'y aurait pas eu de jeu. Ah ouais, bah après, c'est pas le même jeu. Hein. C'est pas le même gameplay. Eh, c'est le G-Man. Une forme. Ouais, le jeu, bah, je sais pas trop. Apparemment, c'est un jeu un peu d'enquête, un peu de puzzle, mais j'en ai pas assez vu pour te répondre. Mais ça va l'air cool. Non, mais je pense que Square Enix, ils se sont dit qu'ils se feraient plus de thunes avec le shop Epic que le shop Steam, à mon avis. Et je pense que quand ils ont atteint le seuil critique sur Epic, ils l'ont sorti sur Steam. C'est mon avis, hein, mais... Enfin, c'est ce que je pense. Je pense qu'ils ont profité de la commission réduite sur Epic. Ouais, mais bon, Steam, c'est aussi une passoire, hein. Exactement. Toutes les plateformes, tu pirates aisément, hein. Le seul jeu qui a été difficile vraiment à pirater, ça a été Death Stranding. Ouais, je peux comprendre, c'est un choix. Des jeux sans protect de nouveau. Mais c'est pas Epic qui met des nouveaux. Là, c'est les éditeurs qui ont le choix de le mettre ou pas. Ah, c'est vrai, il y a beaucoup de jeux difficiles à pirater. Je m'y connais pas trop, mais. Ok. Oh, ouais. Ok, ouais, je savais pas. Ah. Bon, on va découvrir ce petit jeu. Bon, ok, peut-être pas petit, hein. Ah, ok. Non, non, c'est un autre jeu, là. On parlait de Final Fantasy Remake. Remake? Remake, ouais. Et du fait qu'il était sorti 90 boules sur Epic. Ouais, développeur français. J'ai vu qu'il y avait le CNC dans les titres au début. Ah, c'est cool, c'est quand même cool qu'il y ait des bons développeurs par ici, tu vois. En général, en Europe, il y a tellement peu de possibilités qui sont données aux créateurs, hein, que ça fait quand même plaisir à voir. La France, exact. L'Ariane, je connais pas. Sven, je le connais pas non plus. Ouais, ça fait plaisir. C'est tellement compliqué de lancer un truc un peu tech, un peu informatique en Europe que bon, c'est quand même cool qu'il y ait des studios qui y arrivent. Ah, ok. Divinity Original Sin, Baldur's Gate 3. Ok, ouais, je connaissais pas le nom du studio. Moi, je me suis pas trop intéressé à Baldur's Gate 3, mais bon, certainement, je me laisserai tenter. C'est le feu. Stray, il faut que je fasse Stray également. D'entrée, je suis sûr de recommander le jeu 3 fois minimum. Alors, je vais me méfier quand même, vu que tu m'avais quand même recommandé une fois minimum Vertigo. Ah, je déconne, elle était facile celle-là. Non, non, Baldur's Gate 3, il a l'air très cool. Certainement, je le ferai. Ok. Le jeu est pas encore sorti, que t'es déjà au courant. Hein. Ça va être immense. Ok, bah écoute, tu me vends du rêve. Hein. Baldur's Gate, j'avais fait les deux premiers, pardon. On est concentré. Ouais, ça va bien et toi? Comment tu vas? En fait, ça va chaudement, hein, parce qu'il fait un peu hyper chaud chez moi. Les PC là, ils sont bouillants. super cinématique. J'avais vu vite fait quand Berserk avait fait la bêta. Et ouais, ça avait l'air très cool. Ah, trop de trucs en même temps. Bon, ça c'était hier, non? Non, c'était pas hier, parce que hier j'ai pas stream. Bon, du coup, The Council, ça se joue à la manette, hein, j'imagine. C'est le rush depuis plusieurs semaines. Ah, sympa le menu. Alors, j'espère que ça va se calmer rapidement. Non, il n'y a pas de souci. Il n'y a pas de souci, j'espère que ça ira mieux. Oh, ça va, ça. Disons que c'est pas plus la merde que d'habitude. Elle est pas moins non plus, mais... Ah. Allez, c'est parti.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Burchard! Von Burchard! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Ah non, mais on n'est pas en train de jouer à... On n'est pas en train de jouer à un jeu supermassif, rappelez-moi, rassurez-moi.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Burchard.
Mais coucou Yonixo, comment ça va? Dites-moi si le son est bon. Ouais, ça va bien.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, We have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sarhon, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Ouais, il a l'air un peu incroyable hein, pour un premier jeu.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here
Ah
to
merde, c'est pas ça que je pensais qu'il allait dire par
I
contre.
promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
That's right. Until now, I've never been invited by Lord Mortimer.
You'll see. You won't soon forget it.
Given what I've seen so far, I wish I'd been passed over.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you
Ah,
alright?
c'est la gueule de bois.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What?
Hmm.
Have you lost your mind?
Ah, la drogue, c'est mal.
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah. But you
Ah,
will
sympa.
Hugh.
Louis, are you alright? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or what?
Ah, J'avais testé de
The Duchess arrived with me.
modéliser un visage, une tête. Bon. Bon, du coup, je me permettrai pas de, de critique.
Happening to me, for God's sake. I absolutely need to find you.
Alors,
Mother.
contrôler la caméra. C'est hyper chaud, ouais.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Avec de l'argile. Bon, bah après, voilà, il y a ceux qui ont plus ou moins d'affinité avec les arts plastiques. Votre classe. Il n'y a pas connard, hein. J'aurais pris celle-là sinon. C'est vrai que ça, je me rappelle, j'avais vu, il me semble que tu avais posté des dessins sur le Discord de quelqu'un. Et c'est vrai que tu dessines vachement bien. On voit les défauts plus facilement. Je dirais qu'on voit même des choses qui ne sont pas des défauts, mais qu'on a envie de corriger. Orateur, non, ça va m'emmerder. Détective. Pas de compétences. Oh là là, compliqué. Permet des actions et options de dialogue. Ouais, c'était pas très clair ce que j'ai dit, mais, mais tu m'as compris. Ouais, voilà, comme ça, on est moyen. C'est ça que je voulais faire. Chier.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Vous vous souvenez pas de moi? Bah si, on se rappelle, elle s'est fait tirer dessus. Je vais prétendre que oui. C'est assez surprenant, hein. Pour les voix, c'est pas si surprenant que ça. Oui, c'est parti de la DA, bien évidemment. Ouais, le jeu est très chouette pour le moment.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Ouais, le jeu est très chouette pour le moment. Après, il est en anglais, c'est évident. Hein. Je pense que ils espéraient quand même le vendre au-delà des frontières, quoi. Opportunités ou compétences vous permettent de découvrir des traits cachés. Sélectionnez l'élément le plus cohérent avec la situation pour les découvrir. Ouais, l'anglais par défaut, c'est logique. Ou alors il fait pas de doublage, mais c'est un peu dommage aujourd'hui. Les opportunités ne consomment pas de points d'effort. Il suffit d'avoir débloqué la compétence nécessaire à la situation pour y avoir accès. J'ai rien compris. Ah,
I ask her a
chier.
question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Mais comment je peux deviner? Le jeu m'explique rien. Ouais, c'est compliqué, ouais. Mais bon, ça c'est une idée à la con, parce que la barre en bas, je pensais que c'était une barre de chargement. Elle aurait pu marquer maniez-vous le cul, un truc comme ça. Chaque interlocuteur que vous rencontrez sur l'île possède une personnalité propre qui le rend vulnérable à certaines compétences et immunisé à d'autres. Savoir exploiter cette personnalité est crucial pour mener à bien vos projets. Les immunités rencontrées vous desserviront et vous laisseront épuisés. Tandis que les vulnérabilités exploitées vous rendront un point d'effort. Plus simple vers le français, je pense pas. Hein. Non, mais ils auraient dû le doubler 2 fois, tu vois, s'ils avaient doublé en français.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Alors, moi, si je faisais un jeu, je le ferais en anglais d'abord. Hein. C'est obligé. Non, mais peut-être plus que 500 personnes en France, mais un jeu qui est doublé en anglais, t'arrives à le vendre en France, alors qu'un jeu doublé en français, t'arrives pas à le vendre à l'étranger. Bah, le problème, c'est que si tu le doubles en français, tu vas t'adresser à des doubleurs français qui sont des professionnels, tu vois. Du coup, ça va te couper la peau du cul pour le faire en français. Et après, tu vas payer une deuxième fois pour le faire en anglais. Bon, non, je pense qu'ils ont quand même vendu plus que 500 copies en France. En fait, tu peux pas doubler un jeu avec les moyens du bord. Tu vois, il te faut des doubleurs, il te faut des acteurs. On va le faire doubler par des devs. À moins que vraiment il y ait des devs qui aient la fibre. Ouais, mais les studios qui font les versions françaises, ils ont plus de moyens, je pense. C'est les microïdes et compagnie, mais eux, ils ont de la thune. Ça dépend. Comment ça? Oui, il faut beaucoup d'argent pour un doublage pro. Mais tu peux pas le faire par des gens qui sont pas pros. Il va être dégueulasse le doublage. Quand je dis pro, c'est pas forcément des gens connus, hein. Ça peut être des doubleurs. Ça peut être des petits doubleurs qu'on ne connaît pas. Ce que je voulais dire, c'est que ton doublage il soit en français ou en anglais, il faut des sous. Pas de sous, tu fais avec ce que t'as. Mais du coup, tu fais comment? Bah, mais je pense pas que le doublage français coûte moins cher que le doublage anglais, non? Regarde Ichio. Ah, je sais pas, je connais pas. Ichio, c'est quoi? C'est une plateforme pour les jeux indépendants, non? Un truc comme ça? Ouais, t'as des jeux. Ouais, t'as plein de jeux faits par une seule personne, ouais. Les jeux sont streamés, enfin. T'as du indé, ouais. L'image se compte au coup de mots que tu mets dans ton jeu, plus que plus la frappe est longue, plus ça coûte cher, ouais. Ouais, ce que je disais, c'est que je pense pas que le doublage français est moins cher que l'anglais, pour ça. Ou alors tu finis avec un doublage à la Gabriel Knight. Et du coup est peut-être pas cher. Pas la peine, c'est évident que c'est très très cher. Eh, salut Wolfie, comment ça va? Non, mais je propose pas non plus. C'est juste que je comprenais pas. Je comprenais pas. Comment ça va, Wolfie? T'as survécu douloureusement, ça va pas? Au-delà du très très cher, ouais, je veux bien te croire, ouais. Ah, ok, j'ai compris. Ouais, parce qu'ils ont mis le budget ailleurs. Je connais pas trop l'historique de développement de The Council. Mal aux dents? T'as été chez le dentiste? Bah, demain, ah. Ouais, c'est bien, il va te régler ça. L'historique de Dove. C'était la merde, estimez-vous heureux d'avoir une fin. Eh, salut les malous, comment ça va? Ouais. On est très heureux d'avoir une fin. Hein. Moi qu'ils avaient pas de thunes, et que c'est un miracle qu'ils aient pu finir le jeu. Je pense que c'est ça qui sous-entend. Si, le jeu, je crois qu'il est très bien. Ça bien que depuis que t'es en live. Ah bah merci, écoute. Mais tu sais bien qu'il y a tout un tas de super jeux qui se sont jamais vendus hein, sur Steam. Hein. Sur Steam, alors je sais pas combien de centaines de milliers de jeux il y a. Mais il y en a plein qui sont certainement excellents et qui se vendent pas parce que pas de promo ou pas de je sais pas quoi, tu vois. Enfin, c'est compliqué quand même de vendre un jeu. Vraiment, ouais. Moi j'ai beaucoup travaillé dans des projets où il n'y avait pas de thunes, malheureusement. Que... Sex with Staline. Ce jeu de merde, je crois que je l'ai eu en recommandation Steam en première page. Hein. Et je pense que j'étais pas le seul à avoir ce genre de jeu en première page Steam. Comme quoi la modération chez Steam, ça va fort. Hein. J'avais aussi Sexe avec un moustachu célèbre en première page de Steam. Merci Steam. Merci Wolfie. Merci pour ce commentaire. Bah non, c'est les pires en première... Non mais en première page. Imagine, t'ouvres ton launcher Steam là au milieu de ton stream et t'as ça en gros. Et c'est le croque Nice, comment ça va? Non non mais quel enfer. Mais peu importe que c'était sur ma wishlist ou pas, tu vois, enfin, tu peux pas ce genre de truc en première page. Enfin, je sais pas, ça relève du bon sens. Mais pas les trucs dégueulasses en première page Steam. Ah, tu te prépares pour les dodo. Excellent. C'est vrai que c'est bientôt l'heure de dodo et que nous on a encore rien foutu. Hein. On n'a encore pas joué. Hein. Bah oui, il doit mettre une catégorie adulte, et puis cette catégorie, eh ben, elle filtre pas, tu vois, enfin, elle est pas en reco première page. Salut Small Tom, la forme? Parce que moi, les jeux 18+, quand je clique dessus, j'ai la page qui me demande mon âge. Ça s'affiche. Non, on parle des recommandations douteuses de Steam. On parlait de jeux indés qui n'ont pas eu la couverture médiatique qu'ils méritaient et qui ont été retirés trop vite de Steam. Havan, c'est pas un jeu indé qui est assez cool. Even, ça se peut être Even. Les gars de Minecraft, j'en sais rien. Gabe. Ah bah voilà, Minecraft, un petit jeu indé, il a fait les voix lui-même. Eh, salut sympathique. Quel enfer, je suis fatigué. Salut chi de chi. Ah, c'est Notch. Ah, Gab, c'est le PDG de Steam. Comment ça va? Écoute, ça va bien. Oh Seigneur. Bon, il y a le chat Twitch qui merde ce soir, c'est fantastique. Les gens qui doivent dormir. Et à moi, ouais. Oui, je me lève à 8h demain. Ça va être la fête. Entertaine-nous. Porte-nous des promotions. Les talents. Vous obtenez des talents en réalisant certaines actions. Pensez à regarder leurs conditions de déblocage et leurs effets. Ils donnent des améliorations très intéressantes. Oui, tout à fait. Retrouvez les talents dans l'onglet dédié talents du menu. Très bien. Eh, salut dingo, ouais, t'as raté 1 heure de pause, hein. C'est un scandale. Tu seras retenu sur tes points de chaîne. Ça te dit quelque chose ce jeu? Bah, j'espère bien que ça te dit quelque chose, hein. C'est toi qui me l'avais demandé. Apporte tous tes jeux PC pas petits avec le cul. Ah non mais l'Océane, ça c'est de la science-fiction, hein. Là on est dans le monde réel là. Sérieux, ouais, sérieux. Je n'entrerai pas avec ça, évidemment. Alors casse-patch, hein. Je pense que ça dépend chez qui. Parce que par exemple chez Unixo, le jeu a joué, est passé nickel, sans aucun patch, Day One. Better Call Saul, il a dû attendre les 10 premiers patchs pour que ça commence à tourner chez lui. Et moi, avec le bol que j'ai, je pense que faudra que j'attende les 30 ou 40 derniers patchs pour que ça tourne. Ici, c'était toi. Je suis sûr que c'était toi.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richer.
Monsieur de Richer. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richer's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island, and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seemed
C'était il y
to
a
have
très
left
longtemps,
from
hein, chez
there
le Chi.
last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
C'était pas mal de temps hein, que tu m'avais demandé de quoi il y a facile plus d'1 année. Hein. Peut-être même 2 ans. Hein. Jamais avoué. Compétence vous donne accès à des choix et actions uniques en échange de points d'effort. Plus le niveau de compétence est élevé, moins le coût de points d'effort est élevé. Retrouvez les compétences dans le menu. Nous pensons donc que la mère de monsieur est venue ici. Interrogatoire niveau 1. Quoi? Parce que le temps imparti est terminé, une réponse est sélectionnée automatiquement. Surveillez l'écran de jauge. Ouais, mais non, mais ça, ils auraient pas pu le mettre tout de suite. Parce Le premier écran de jauge que j'ai eu, j'ai cru que c'était une jauge de chargement. Stream 4 live par an aussi, c'est vrai. Ah, évidemment, je ne ferais pas payer. Si je faisais payer les trucs, je serais beaucoup plus sérieux que ça. Allez, bonne nuit, Jeman, repose-toi bien.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights
Bon
were
stream
seen
à
by
toi.
servants of the manor, sir. And as I was
Tu
saying,
fais.
sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with
Monsieur
the
Manrock
initials
qui va les stream en cachette, je pense.
SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Manipulation.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only
Tout de suite,
just
il faut sur la
arrived,
gueule,
you
hein.
refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
Et voilà, notre premier employé de maison
It is
harcelé.
indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Mais en fait, à la base, j'étais allé dans cette direction. Alors, pour se déplacer plus vite, c'est l'autre bouton.
Locked. I'll never get it open bare-handed.
Indisponible. Chercher des indices.
There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
Pas de question de monter tant que je n'ai rien trouvé sur ma mère. Alors, comment ça marche? Mouchoir.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Ah, ok. Ah, donc c'était court, hein, comme...
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
On va la prendre, parce que...
This might just come in handy.
Bah oui, une barre de fer, ça peut toujours être utile.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Gelée royale, restaure 2 points d'effort.
Honey.
I couldn't have hoped for better. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
Wolfie peut disponible. Non, il faut être gentil avec Wolfie là. Il souffre de martyr aujourd'hui.
A lantern. Nothing special. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there. A letter written in an Oriental language.
Linguistique indisponible. D'exagération. C'est pas.
It's too badly written, I can't make out the address. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
Oh non mais il y en a plein.
Probably a Dutchman.
Indisponible.
Nope. Doesn't ring a bell. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Prashi. Non.
Est-ce que tu veux qu'on t'appelle maîtresse Shidoshi? Tout en baissant les yeux.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Bon, bah on n'a rien trouvé du tout. Plastique.
A wooden floorboard.
Une planche en bois. Incroyable. On va s'interroger sur sa provenance.
By the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. It was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Utilisez la barre de fer.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way.
Ah oui, tu peux forcer. Évidemment, c'est la seule compétence que je n'ai pas améliorée. Quel génie.
There we are.
Gelée royale, non, c'est où de la joaillerie?
Pistol case.
C'est un coffre pistolet.
I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Des visions? Ouais.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder.
Examiner la poudre. Science indisponible.
It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear mother, and quickly too.
Fragment d'ambre. Vous venez de trouver un fragment d'ambre. Ramassez-en 4 pour augmenter vos points d'effort. Maximum de 1.
A fragment of amber.
Le tour, je pense. Ah, une paire de manottes. C'est bucolique, ça.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop? Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Rice, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Confrontation, et donc ça fait beaucoup d'informations à retenir. Hein. Durant une confrontation, vous devez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations ont des conséquences sur la suite de l'histoire. N'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. Chaque confrontation affiche une interface indiquant à quel point votre interlocuteur est convaincu. Je suis convaincu.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Eh, salut Seb, comment ça va? On parlait de toi justement tout à l'heure.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard.
Ouais, ça va bien.
She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Ah, mais il me connaît Seb. On parlait de toutes les merdes que t'avais eues quand t'as streamé The Last of Us. Exact. Comment ça encore? Des powers.
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
Ouais, l'année prochaine, je me démerderai pour
It
venir.
bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Vous pensez que je devrais vous le remettre? Ouais, tu m'avais dit, ouais. Ah, attendez, il y a le compteur.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
Ah, I would expect nothing less. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Ah. C'est-à-dire qu'on peut pas la lire non plus? Pour la dernière étape d'une confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous donniez une bonne réponse. ou que vous soyez à court de maladresse. Personne d'autre que ma mère.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that
Bah,
no
on la lira pas,
one
hein.
but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Derice. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Ah, c'est une liste. Bon, du coup, on s'en fout, on va pas la lire.
When I'm alone, whether to look at what it contains.
Les listes, c'est ennuyeux. Éléments cachés. De nombreux objets et indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact sur le déroulement du jeu, donc n'hésitez pas à explorer. Oui. N'hésitez pas à jouer, hein, ça pourrait avoir un impact sur le jeu également.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Ah. Il ne s'arrête pas de causer, hein, ouais.
Ne faites pas ça.
Merci beaucoup, Seb. Merci beaucoup pour le resub. Adorable.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us.
Possible.
Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Oh, de sa mère. D'une lettre.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, Do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with
Non,
all the
c'était un
guests.
During which time we relate the world.
Big Bad Wolf.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Quelle raison? Il est vachement curieux, le gars, hein?
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here.
Ah,
I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Ouais, va vite.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Par contre, on peut te dire à quel calibre elle s'est fait tirer dessus.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir
Yeah, go
Holm,
on.
but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
Il a pas mal grandi,
If you
ouais.
don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Non, on s'en fout, Washington.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
Bizarre, hein, il a pris un sacré coup, ouais.
My friend, I hope
Il est pas aussi frais, hein.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale.
Parce que lui,
Excuse me,
il n'est
sir,
pas
I have
beurré.
been neglecting my duty. I haven't
Lui,
introduced
c'est
myself.
naturel.
Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you. Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met? Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you're mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother. I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Ouais, il fait un peu peur aussi, lui. Hein. Chaque fois qu'il croise quelqu'un, il lui demande si on se connaît.
Do you know if anyone else has gone missing recently?
Not at all, sir. It's as if Sarah has purely and simply vanished into thin air.
That's right. Just take me for an idiot, why don't you? Not even a servant, then?
Not even a servant. I can assure you, we would have been informed.
Keep your faith, my son. Only the celebrated Sara de Riche could vanish before our very eyes, and she will reappear. You will see.
Non, la coke, ça conserve.
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Diffusé.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave
Non,
me.
tu devrais, si possible, pas essayer. Diagnostic rapide, impossible. Observation.
Her breathing is becoming stable and... her heart rate too.
Comment il sait?
Pale complexion, thin,
Et bonne
broken
XO.
nails,
Repose-toi
and a
bien.
scar on her temple. Tattoos on her hands. I don't know what happened to you, Missy, but it looks like you've been through hell. Can you tell me something about her?
Attendez, c'est moi ou il y avait un problème de doublage là?
Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Seer can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Il n'en a rien à foutre, il pense qu'à sa mère, lui. Oula.
She's just regained consciousness and she immediately reaches for her brooch? I don't know exactly what it means to her, but obviously it's got to be something important.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
Il segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Et bonne nuit, Shidoshi. Ah, attendez, c'est parti. Hop.
Oh, it's naughty to tell lies. Bet my life that you were talking about something totally different from the decoration of the manor. But, to find out what, I should have stayed with them. Too bad.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Tiens.
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Donc, je peux savoir qu'il y a l'heure. Bon, c'est le jeu où on joue jamais, hein.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right.
C'est tomorrow.
Where is my room?
Le jeu, mais je sais pas quand il commence. En fait, le jeu il parle tellement, tu sais, je sais pas à quel moment c'est une cinématique et je dois enlever la cam ou, ou la mettre. C'est compliqué. Bon, est-ce qu'on peut aller fouiller dans les cuisines? Et bonne nuit.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Enchanté.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Jacques Perru. Enchanté. Pas simple, ouais. J'ai perdu.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Élixir d'or. L'élixir d'or vous débarrasse de toutes vos altérations négatives. Vous ne pouvez pas en porter plus de 5. De la bière, quoi, c'est ça. Oh là là, c'est hyper grand. Manuscrits. Les manuscrits permettent de s'introduire. Les manuscrits permettent de s'instruire. Oh putain. De s'introduire. Autant pour moi. De s'instruire au cours de l'aventure. À chaque début de quête, vous pourrez choisir vos lectures et gagner ainsi des points de compétence permanents. Retrouvez les manuscrits dans l'onglet Inventaire. Parce qu'il y a plus d'alternations négatives dans ce jeu que dans FF16. Très bien. Il suffit de lire. Oui, mais bon, enfin. Honnêtement, moi, ça me demande pas plus de concentration parce que. Alors, déjà, quand c'est en français, j'écoute pas. Alors, maintenant que c'est en anglais, c'est encore plus facile. Ah, pas monter les escaliers. coup, je suis passé dans ma chambre au moins 5 fois et... je me suis rendu compte de rien. C'est relou, mais non, c'est pas relou, justement. Tu évites une sacrée corvée. Tu dois tout lire. Telle est ta mission. Tu décides de l'accepter. Ah bah évidemment, c'est un défi qui est totalement à ma hauteur. Alors, le plus dur, ça va être de ne pas m'endormir moi-même.
President George Washington.
George Washington. Oh putain, ils auraient pu mettre ma chambre encore plus loin, c'est possible. Pièces de collection. En plus, c'est des collectibles magnifiques. Un jeu pour toi, Wolfie.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Pas fouiller, hein, évidemment. Hein. Fermé, ouais. Ah, magnifique. Et pour une cinématique.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Non, on va pas l'ouvrir. On a promis ouvrir sans décacheter.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so...
Non, mais moi, je meurs pas d'envie. C'est bon.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Là, la chambre d'amis. Je vous invite à la maison, très cher. L'eau de mélisse octroie l'effet concentré. L'eau de mélisse octroie l'effet concentré. Ah ouais, l'effet. Ok. Votre prochaine utilisation de compétence est gratuite. Vous ne pouvez pas emporter plus de 5. Ah, mais c'est quoi ces limitations bidons? En principe, dans les inventaires, on peut mettre jusqu'à 99.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Non, ben, pas sans fond quand même, mais sans, c'est pas trop demandé. Sans item. Comme un peu la référence dans les RPG, hein.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Une sacoche, c'est une camionnette. J'ai pas trouvé les indices sur la mer. J'ai pas récupéré le livre. C'est quoi ces conneries? Oh, on a fait le tour au moins 5 fois. Et tu pensais à autre chose? Ouais, bordel, j'ai tout loupé. Bon, c'est pas sérieux, en plus toutes les compétences, elles sont utiles. Mais apparemment, en fait, j'ai mis des points un peu partout, mais ça ne sert à rien. Parce qu'il faut mettre au moins 3 points. Je vais mettre les points. Ah, c'est le coup de barre. Ça va être l'heure du café. Et de la bouffe. Ça, je vous rends 3. Bon, je comprends pas tout. Hier. Non, ça serait pas raisonnable. Et du coup, ces compétences, je peux les acheter. Conviction. Il faut mettre 3 points pour que la compétence marche, fonctionne. Et je suis obligé de mettre les points maintenant. Oh, c'est relou, hein. On ne fera pas une pause pendant que je réfléchis. Putain, ils ont mis science dans occultisme. Parfait. Un point disponible. On va le garder, non? On peut pas le garder. Équipement de manuscrits. Cette page vous permet de choisir des lectures au cours de l'histoire. Chaque livre que vous lisez vous conférera des points de compétence en fin de quête. Une sieste de 9 heures, ouais, ça serait le bienvenu. Bien, séance de conversation entre les hommes. L'art de connaître les hommes par la physionomie. L'encyclopédie. Elle peut pas être équipée. Ça, c'est le seul qui est bien.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durichet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durichet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Non, non, mais je dors pas.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
Ok. Il y a un problème avec la...
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Non.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, There are 2 men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
On va l'aider, après il pourra nous aider.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me. According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Il dit quoi, faut se dépêcher? Non, mais dans le temps, rien ne presse. Allez.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ah, très bien.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Écoutez aussi.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French revolutionary government. You should do something, my son.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole
Ah bah
man.
Jean-Paul II, il est sur roulette, non?
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Who do you think you are?
Les chemins multiples. Il existe plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre objectif. Il peut être bon de réfléchir. C'est jamais trop bon de réfléchir.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Huh? You filthy whore!
Merde, oh là là.
Please have mercy. No!
Ah non mais...
I apologize. Nah, nah, nah. Mercy, have mercy. Nah, nah, nah. Where's that smart mouth now? I'll teach you a little respect. Huh?
Look, you dumbass! Are you deaf? She said she was sorry.
Call me that again.
Leave her alone.
Are you looking for a slap, Sonny? That's what I thought. Now get out.
Mais c'est pas ce que j'ai choisi.
This dirty slut.
Ah, je déteste ce genre de truc.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Yes, I found out many things.
Good.
Did Elizabeth give you any trouble?
Elizabeth? No. Well, you could have mentioned she was with a raving maniac, huh?
What do you mean?
She was with a Frenchman. He was about to beat her when I arrived.
What the devil are you talking about?
I thought he was gonna kill the poor girl.
Did you intervene?
I did what was necessary to give you enough time to search her room.
Non, pour moi, c'était pas la réponse logique.
So tell me, did you find any information?
Oh, yes. What I found is likely to upset you.
What do you mean by that?
Elizabeth is indeed the daughter of John Adams.
Why pass her off as dead?
I found her medical file. It appears that for many years, your mother was her personal doctor. From what I read, she behaved more
Ouais, je pensais que
like
c'est ce
a
qu'il allait dire, ouais.
butcher than a doctor.
What are you talking about?
Ah, je déteste ce genre de dialogue.
What's going on here?
John believed that his daughter was possessed. He appealed to your mother to save her, but the treatment she inflicted on the poor child... My God.
Look, stop beating around the bush. What exactly did she do to her?
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
Non, je pense qu'elle était...
My mother would never
Papa.
do something like that.
But she did. And with the blessing of the Order.
No, she wouldn't go that far. Prove it. Show me that file.
I left it in her room so as not to arouse suspicion.
My mother is not a monster.
I do not doubt that your
Eh,
mother
bonne nuit,
meant
Wolfie.
well. But the techniques described in the file, it is pure torture.
Non, c'est faux.
My mother has many faults, but she's not the cruel woman you describe.
Believe what you will. But now you cannot say you would never
Ouais,
do.
bon courage pour demain. Ça va bien se passer. Bon, du coup, on va se recoucher, c'est ça?
Golden elixir. Consume without excess.
Ah, sympa la déco. En toute sobriété.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Could have been worse. Let's say that Miss Adams will remember it for a couple of days.
What? Did you not intervene?
Of course not. What did you want me to do? That thug could have snapped me in half in 2 seconds.
So, you prefer to let that fragile
Jeu de
young
merde.
lady take a beating rather than risk getting slapped around a bit yourself? Mr. Derice, your mother would not have been proud of you.
Listen, next time it happens, join me instead of hiding behind the door. If you're gonna talk big, back it up.
You should be ashamed. I will pray for
Ah
your
non, non, mais
soul.
les devs, ils devraient avoir honte.
My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Oh, il y a le rang, quoi. Enfin, on en a à foutre.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Ah, ça m'énerve, quoi, le... Le jeu me propose des choix de merde, et puis... Et après, il m'engueule, en plus. Bon, c'est où, la chambre?
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Mais non, c'est de la merde. Et non, les choix sont ambigus. La manette est déconnectée. Ah, oui. La manette n'est pas d'accord. Psychologie.
Alright. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Genre, comme une valise. Les vies parallèles. Ah, rassembler toutes les pages. jouer avec la souris? Jouer avec la souris. Ou pas. Attends, c'est pas le bon clavier.
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases. Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices.
Un petit café. Croix de Malte. La croix de Malte octroie l'effet exalté. Percevez temporairement les immunités et vulnérabilités affectant les choix de dialogue lors des conversations.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits, the torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. Nothing. A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire, a coin often used during the St. Louis era.
C'est brumeux.
Great, honey.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Someone's picked some lemons.
I'd be surprised if my mother didn't help herself to a few. She was always going on about the surprising properties of lemons.
On a vraiment besoin d'utiliser nos compétences comme ça.
This bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World, the travelogue of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Peut-être dans le bouquin, non?
The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of something. Come on, Louis, think. Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Il faut foutre le bouquin dans le feu.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Ah, mais t'as une lampe là. Bon, t'as la cheminée aussi. Évaluer l'utilité de la cendre.
Apart from getting the book dirty, I can't see any use for this.
C'est un génie. Hop, dans la poche.
Damn, I'm making a serious mess here.
C'est con.
Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Il est con. Il prend du chaud.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Ouais, utiliser la clé quoi, enfin...
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Quoi? Il n'y a plus d'inventaire. Il va y avoir de la place.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Bah, on dirait quand même.
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage. Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
On va appeler le service d'étage. Dans la poche, pas de problème.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals
It's
the message.
working.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere.
Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa. Tell him I'll be there in a minute. If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
On reviendra quand ça sera ouvert.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later. That's the door to Elizabeth's room. For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Lol. Bon, je pense que tout va bien.
A chest with a half-circle pattern. November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but...
Shit!
I haven't received any news from you in a long time.
Et zut, hein.
He's right. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. I hope you like the enclosed talisman.
C'est tellement long. Bah, c'est-à-dire que j'ai tellement fait de narratif ces derniers temps.
30 November, 1791.
Ah, c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Alors, on a une clé.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm
Ah.
to despair and doubt there is any point in writing.
Aussi, ouais.
I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last, right soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. Don't forget to tell me what present you want.
Pièce de collection.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother if she still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day. A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Il sait pas utiliser de clé? Non.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals. These are magnesium crystals. A fairly effective remedy for easing anxiety.
Sérieuse? Ah, ok.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet? I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
Merde, j'ai...
I'm
j'ai
sorry.
plus de manette.
I should have stopped him from beating you.
What's done is done. It was my fault, not yours.
Don't say that. It's never the victim's fault. Look at your eye.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother.
Et bonne nuit Seb. Des bisous.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Utilisez la méthode douce.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Don't you have a brother?
I have 3, but not one of them has bothered to help me.
Oh.
Charles and Thomas were kept away from me to make sure I wouldn't upset them. As for John, the only time he visited me was to make me swear to never publicly compromise his career.
Sorry, I didn't know.
You're an only son, right?
Does it show?
If you had a brother or sister, you'd know the way blood ties are unbreakable. Except in my family, unfortunately.
Ah bon? Bah du coup...
Your mother, for example.
You mean the woman who left me in the hands of your mother? The woman whose duty it was to give
Comment on
up
peut
her
savoir?
life to
Je comprends
protect
pas.
me? I disowned my mother when I turned 13.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned her.
I've got nothing more to say to you. Figure it out yourself.
Bah j'ai pas bien compris. Bah ouais, mais comment j'aurais pu les apprendre là? Je veux dire, j'ai tout fouillé, j'ai été partout. Ah, c'était marqué dans son texte, je suis con. C'est les lettres que j'ai lues tout à l'heure. Ouais, autant pour moi, j'ai rien dit. Ma faute. Ah, j'ai rien dit, t'as raison. Il a parlé de sa sœur.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Bah, est-ce que tu peux être utile? Ah.
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does sir have any more questions?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help sir in any other way?
Oui.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Au micro-ondes.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Impossible. Ah.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table. I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And
C'est un effet
your
de
husband?
style.
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Exactly. Is the wine to your liking?
Ah mais putain, mais...
So, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest
Ouais,
minds
tant
of the century
d'opportunités.
were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Ouais, c'est un peu comme moi. Alors,
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Please, go ahead.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
of course. Il n'y a pas de barrière sur le balcon?
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for
secours.
that, I
J'apprends
have a
votre aide.
little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
C'est rien.
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge. Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the revolution in France.
Oh non, mais j'ai dit ça juste pour lui faire plaisir. Hein.
Please know that I too am delighted to have met you.
En fait, tu peux dire de la merde tout le long, il n'y a que la dernière question qui compte.
I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present.
Ah putain, non mais je l'ai même pas vu.
I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
J'ai même pas vu qu'il y avait un truc à faire. Bon. On va aller se coucher là, j'en peux plus. Conviction. Alors...
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Alors... Bon allez, on va arrêter quelqu'un. Moi je vais aller bouffer. Ah, je suis claqué là, je me suis levé à quelle heure? 6h du match, je crois. Et demain là, je commencerai plus tôt. L'idée, bah, je suis tombé du lit. C'était pas vraiment volontaire. Moi, c'était assez cool, hein, mais ça... Je pense qu'il faut être plus réveillé pour y jouer. Bon, qu'est-ce qu'on peut raid? Bah ouais, par exemple, tu vois, les textes sur la sœur de Machine, là, je les avais lus. En fait, quand je lui ai parlé, j'ai pas percuté que... Encore plus, ouais. Et puis les dernières opportunités, je les ai même pas vues à l'écran, en fait. Je les ai pas vues apparaître. Faut être plus réveillé. Mais sinon, l'histoire est intéressante. Ouais, Swansong, il faut être encore plus... Swansong, il faut être encore plus attentif. Ouais, l'enquête, ouais, puis des détails. Ouais, ouais. Avec un bloc-notes. En principe, je joue jamais avec les bloc-notes. J'ai rien qui me tente, hein. Ah, et Dark Souls avec la musique de Céleste. Je vous fais des bisous, reposez-vous bien. Bon, merci d'avoir été là. Ah, oui, mauvais clavier. Et bonne nuit surnaturelle, bah je pense que c'est pas encore la nuit pour toi, non? Au début de soirée. Bon, en tout cas, reposez-vous bien. Je vous dis à demain. « 8h, ouais. « 2h50. » Non, mais je vais essayer de commencer plus tôt. Après, c'est trop tard pour moi. Monsieur de Richter, il est caché dans les coulisses. Ah, monsieur Richet, pardon, putain. Ah, il est temps que j'aille me coucher. Allez, bonne nuit. Ciao. Des bisous.